Back in the day, your ass came on TMZ Live and played in our face. So why was it? Yeah, I in fact did play.
Run the tape.
Yeah, I did.
Run the tape.
Run the tape. Run the clip.
It was brilliant.
Yup, TMZ Verified the podcast. I'm Wyld.
I'm Tawanda.
And today we are here with, look, I know your name is Rotimi, bro, but the reason why I'm stopping right now is because before we started this, Tawanda was like, do you know he's the Nigerian butter loaf?
If you're gonna say, you gotta say it right.
What is it? It's butter.
No, wait. Before you, because I already know, we had this conversation before you came in.
Yeah.
And we were speaking in a Nigerian accent of what we thought sounded good, and we were like, no, we sound terrible. Is it offensive when people put on a fake? He said, yeah. No, it's not.
No. It's,
okay,
it's flattering.
So then say it.
I'm not saying it. It's the what? It's the.
No, I want to hear you say it.
No, you want to hear me? I want to hear you say it first.
Nigerian butterscotch.
No, that's not right.
I don't know where you from.
Oh my God!
I don't know where you
All
from.
right, Tawanda, try.
Well, okay, the Nigerian butterscotch. No.
No.
No, what?
Nah.
That wasn't good?
All right, Rotimi,
The
hit it.
inflection was a little off.
Okay,
All right, hit it.
It's the Nigerian butterscotch.
Butterscotch.
Rotimi in the building, y'all. Make some noise for Rotimi.
Well, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
for
you
being
for
here with
having
us.
me. This is lit.
Rotimi,
Yes, sir.
new album,
Yeah.
In My Heart and My Veins,
Yes, sir.
just dropped. I like the album for a number of reasons. One, because the music's good, but your music's always good. First album was good too.
Thank you.
But it's like this album has a little bit of R&B,
Yes.
first like a little bit of it, and then it's like a little bit of Afro beats in there too.
Yeah.
What inspired that though? Because the first album was like R&B-ish.
Yeah. The first album was me still just trying to figure out who I was.
Right.
You know, I was trying to dabble into this, dabble into that. But this album is literally saying, look, okay, my fans, right? If my R&B fans get a record, my Afrobeat side is like, yo, where's the music for us?
Right.
If my Afrobeat side get a record, the R&B side, where's the music for us? So I started dealing with that, and we were doing the research, and it was like, yo, let's really serve all my fans.
Right.
Let's give them a whole body of work. So In My Heart is basically the R&B side. Like what I grew up listening to, who influenced me, like Carl Thomas, Genuine, Usher, like who influenced me in the R&B space.
Right.
In My Veins is my blood. It's the Nigerian vibe.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying? So the In My Heart side is 9 R&B records that express like what I've been through in my life, like the experience I've had, the wild stuff, the heartbreak, the love, the joy. And the Afrobeat side In My Veins is basically another way of just saying, this is my expression of what I feel Afrobeats is, you know? So everybody's happy. It's 18 songs. We actually shot a music video for every song.
One song specifically stands out because you made your directorial debut.
Yes.
I think it was Moves. Is that the song?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How was that for you? How was that dipping into the director seat? How was that?
Yeah, you know, I Love Me Some You is out now. You can watch it. I just wanted to try it. You know, I'm like, for me, it's like God gave me so many different type of gifts. So I'm like, let me just exhaust it all.
Right.
You know, why pay somebody else to do it when I can try it and it ended up coming really good, you know? And so we did it for all of the songs, every music video I directed. So I Love Me Some You was fun. I had a great time. We tried to use first person view of what I looked at, like how I want this woman to show me her moves, you know? And so it was a vibe, man. I'm really happy.
Was it hard for you to like come up with all these concepts, like conceptual, and just like actually like putting a vision together and seeing it come from the conception to execution? Was that hard for you or at all in any way?
It wasn't hard. It's just that it took time, you know, and I have a great team. You know, shout out to Jetpack, shout out to Punch, and shout out to Justin. You know, I have a great team that helps me help guide my ideas. 'Cause I'm very abstract. I like all kind of things. So they'll be like, "Hey, bro,
bring it in,
bring it down. Nigga. You don't need to do all that, dog. They need to get it." But for me, it was like, let me just come up with different things that I've been through.
Right.
You know, let me highlight this. How can we creatively tell this story? How can we show heartbreak in just one shot with da-da-da-da? And I was like, if I'm already giving my fans an R&B album, an Afrobeat album, I might as well add Hollywood to it with the acting, you know, with me acting in it. So it's everything.
18 songs, 18
Yes.
music videos.
Yes.
Who paying for all that?
Me.
Pocket?
Me, yeah, bro. Like, shout out to my label, but you know, they were like, yo, we can fund 10 of them.
Yeah.
10 songs.
Right.
I said, that's a great album.
Right.
Standard.
Full package.
Yeah, I was like, nah, like my fans, I haven't serviced them enough. So I'm gonna pay for the next 8. I'm gonna pay the producer, the songwriter this. I'll do that. They were like, well, we can afford 3 videos, which is standard.
Yeah.
I said, no,
that's not.
I'm gonna put 15 more on that.
Right.
You know? And so it was like, let me just bet on myself. And so that's why this project is so dear to me, because it's like a lesson to all creatives. Like, if you believe in yourself and you believe in your project, you gotta bet on yourself. And it's my money. So I'm like, look, we're gonna push this till the wheels fall off, you know? So that's what it is. And I'm excited because the feedback has been incredible. Yeah. And the way we're rolling it out is different. You know, we're gonna be releasing a music video every 3 weeks. So it's not all at once.
Keep the people engaged.
Keep it engaged throughout. So for like 6-7 months,
right.
you're experiencing all the songs in a different fashion because it's a whole visual to your favorite. And we're gonna give people like a cool schedule of when your favorite music video for your favorite song comes out.
Exactly. So you know the way it's coming out. You got time to like learn the other songs. By the time you learn the other songs, you got the music video for your favorite song. Y'all did that. Y'all did that.
So just shout out to Beyonce, man, because you know the idea of having a double album and all videos, but we're taking it a step further by just staggering them. You know, making this last for a good 6 to 8 months.
That's smart. So half of the album is Afrobeats.
Yes.
We've seen a crazy surge of just Afrobeat artists, just the genre in general, the love that the genre has been getting.
Yeah.
Why do you think it took so long? Why do you think? I feel like back in the day, a lot of African artists say, you know, it wasn't cool to be African.
Very true.
People would fake pretend to be Jamaican because they didn't want to say that they were African.
Yeah.
Why do you think it took so long? And now that we're here, it's 2024.
Yeah.
Afrobeats is one of the biggest genres and most welcome genres. Why?
I think it was a domino effect, actually. I feel like when Ghana started doing those programs to like bring Americans to go visit Africa, that started changing, you know. And then when Black Panther, the movies,
I think
coming out, started changing the narrative of like, oh, we're powerful, we're royalty, we're this. Oh my God. And then also the DNA things, the 23andMe's and all the different ones, when they started coming out and saying, yo, you can find out what you are.
I mean, like, nigga, you ain't just American.
You ain't. You can go back. Exactly. But then also it was acceptance of a new sound. You know, like for me, I remember bringing my record Love Rhythm, right? The record that's I don't say too much, baby, baby. That record. When I brought it to radio programmers in 2018, they didn't know what to do with it because the beat was off. So they were like, we've never heard anything like this. So it took a long time for them to be like, oh, wow, like this is lit. Yeah. But I had to kind of, in the States rather, I had to kind of help break that door down to make the sound dope. And then WizKid simultaneously with Drake and everybody, Davido, you know, all of those, you know, but like it was a surge of like, this is acceptable. This is the new wave. So I think it was a domino effect. It just wasn't one thing. Yeah.
With that being said, too, so now we have these these big artists. You just named some: Davido, WizKid, Burna Boy, Tyler, who's coming out. Do you feel like when you see, you know, like the Grammys, considering her a pop artist, when we know for a fact, you know, they're considering her music pop, but we know for a fact that's not the case. Yeah. Do you get nervous that they might try to, because now Afrobeats is so mainstream, that they might try to shift it to make it more catered towards not where it originally started? You get what I'm saying?
I think the sad part is, I think that happens in all things. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like, sadly, like, it's like, oh, this is rap. No, let's make it contemptual, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like, it just shows that it's growth. Right. You know, unfortunately, you know, it's not ideal because it's bigger than what it is, but there's no category on really good music. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as long as we keep winning, that's all that matters. It don't matter what category.
So next year when you submit your album, it's going to be in the pop category or the R&B category? Because right now, it ain't no Afrobeats.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Afrobeats category, you saying?
No, not for the Grammys.
I mean,
do we have an Afrobeats category?
I don't know. I think there still is.
There is.
I think they probably just moved her. They probably just moved. Okay. We're going to be in all of it.
All right.
The album fits everything. You get what I'm saying? We're going to apply for R&B. We're going to apply for Afro. We're going to apply for pop because that's what's on the album. Like, we literally have every sound that you could think of that's still who I am. And for the longest time as an artist, it's a gift and a curse to really be able to do everything.
Right.
Because you don't know which one serves what, and it's confusing, you know? And like, so for me, we've structured it in a way that this is what this is what it is, and this is who I am. So all came together.
So speaking of Afrobeats, you're a light-skinned African.
Yes.
There's some white people in here. Y'all can laugh at that.
Okay, yeah.
But like, what is the like beef with like people that are from Africa, like not wanting to
be considered black,
consider themselves or pigeonhole themselves into like the black label? I'm talking about Tyler. But like, what is that like a thing? I mean, I know you're Nigerian, so it's a little bit different than South African.
Yeah.
But like, do you find it? Is that like a normal thing for like Africans not want to be like black? Like, where does that?
Not wanting to be black?
Or not wanting to be labeled black. I guess the label black as opposed to colored.
I could only speak for myself.
Yeah.
I was raised here. You know what I mean? When somebody sees me, they be like, yo, he's a black man.
Right.
So it's all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all one. We all come from the same place.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? I think sometimes ignorance takes over.
Yeah.
But we all one. You know, it's just that unfortunately some of us, you know, we're taken away from the homeland. You know, and so I think it's our job to really find out where we are in the continent. You know, where we genuinely from. So before I open my mouth, somebody's gonna look and be like, yo, that's a black man.
Yep.
Then you talk to me and like, where you from? I speak. Then but it's all the same, bro.
So you from New Jersey?
Yeah.
What part of Jersey?
Maplewood, South Orange.
Oh shit! I mean, I'm from Philadelphia, but
you
like,
from Philly?
not the same. But like,
yeah,
East Coast, like,
yeah, Philly lit.
Before we get off the music topic, I learned something today that I thought was super dope about your mom. Actually,
yeah.
Your mom, when she was 6 months pregnant with you, she said she had a dream that Bob Marley came and talked to her and told her that you were gonna finish his legacy.
Yeah.
And so you didn't know if it was gonna be politics, or music.
Yeah.
But this is so dope that's what happened, and she noticed at a very young age you could sing.
Yeah.
3 or 4 years old.
Yes.
Started taking you to weddings and stuff. And honestly, you were in a situation at the 17 where you almost had a record deal with Roc Nation.
Yeah.
And your mom stepped in and said,
yeah,
go to school.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing your research. That's lit.
I thought that was the dopest. I'm like, damn. And he look at him flourishing.
It was So yeah, I'll speak on the first part. So my mom is a prayer warrior, you know, from Nigerian, like the Nigerian black African woman that's strong, you know, and so her thing is God everything. So I grew up with that, you know, and sometimes we stray, but I'm good now, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, Bob Marley came to her and said, yo, you're gonna finish my legacy. And when I started singing, when she was giving me a bath, it was like, whoa, like my son is supposed to do this. And in the Nigerian culture, most African parents don't like the arts. So you have to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. That's it, you know? And so that was what typical. But when I started singing, because of that dream, she was like, I have to nurture this. So my mom became my first manager. So she was taking me to the hood in Newark, East Orange. I was recording in basements. I'm writing songs and at lunch table. Like, so it was always just musical. But I was a Nigerian wedding singer. That was the first gigs I had. So I was going through like Connecticut and Philly and New Jersey and all them places performing at weddings.
Right.
And in Nigerian, you know, at our weddings, they're throwing money.
Money's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Man.
So every time I'm singing, I'm seeing that money's being thrown. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is what's, you know, this is my job, you know. But yes, fast forward, Jay-Z's nephew, shout out to Spanky, Ramel, J-Dot, all of them, you know, Monty. So it was like all of us were literally trying to figure it out. We perform in his living room. So we'd write songs. He'd be like, yo, I want to hear your new records. And we'd perform what we wrote in the living room.
Crazy.
And he'd critique it. So people be like, yo, when did you start acting? And I give Hov all the glory now because I don't really speak about it until recently. That the first time I really started acting was when I was 16, 17. And he would be like, yo, act as if you are the artist and the person you want to be 10 years from now. And perform that way. So I would transform into what I thought. And that was the first time I really was like, oh, I'm an actor. Yeah. You know? And so I shout out to him for that. But yeah, we perform in his living room and he'd critique our songs. And I had a scholarship offer to go to Northwestern University for voice performance, or stay back home and work towards signing to Rock Nation. And my mom was like, "No, you're not a nephew. No, you ain't they blood.
Yeah, right.
They can drop you at any moment, you know." And so,
no degree, right?
Yeah, so it was like, go find yourself, go learn. You know, if I would have got signed at 17, man, I would have 25 kids. Hey, it would have been bad, brother. Yeah,
but it worked out how it's supposed to work out.
It worked out how it's supposed to work out.
What do you think you would have been doing though if you didn't
go to?
And just period. If you weren't doing music, what else would you be doing?
Probably be a sports agent. Yeah, I love sports. So I have a good eye for talent. I'm probably still gonna do it in 5-10 years.
What's your favorite sport?
To watch basketball, to play football and basketball, and soccer, everything. Like I don't discriminate. Yeah, whatever's on that's lit. Yeah,
I love sports too. I wanted to be a sports reporter, but
really
somehow I ended up in entertainment, and here we are. Now I'm interviewing you.
Yeah,
but yeah. So moving on from music to acting, you got a new gig coming up. The Shy season 7. You are going to be a full-time cast member now.
Yes.
Boom. So a little different from Power. I mean, I think it's definitely different from Power.
The character for me.
Especially no longer Dre.
Yeah.
Getting into acting, how do you want to make sure that you don't get pigeonholed? Because I feel like a lot of people, when they see you on the street, oh, that's Dre from Power.
Yeah.
And I can almost guarantee you don't want to just be Dre from Power. So how do you make sure that, you don't get typecast or just put into this box of you can only do roles like this or roles like that,
For me, the first thing I did was I created a character named Mr. Butterscotch, yeah?
All right.
So putting the face mask and everything. So I started showing, yes. So I started showing the comedic side, so people start saying, oh, Mr. Butterscotch. So they start changing the name. Then the music started hitting. So I was like, oh, Rotimi, I love In My Bed. So those things started happening. But also now I started just saying no a lot as an actor. I was like, yo, because when you dominate something in a certain lane, they want you to duplicate that.
Right.
And I was like, nah, I'm good. And those no's will come with a lot of money that you're saying no to, but there's longevity in no sometimes, And so I waited for the right one. Lena Waithe, shout out to the legend herself. She reached out and she was like, yo, I got a job for you if you want it. It's to play a pastor, a really charming pastor who the ladies love, and we figure out.
They got you playing a womanizer.
Listen, yeah, I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I just say they love him. You know what I'm saying? What he does with it is,
there you go, Mr. Butterscotch.
I don't know,
Please.
But but for me, like, I had to think about it, and I'm like, man, this is the first time that people are gonna see me smile on TV in 10 years.
That's crazy.
And so I had to really just say, okay, let's do a whole 180 and do something else and, live in that space. So that's why The Shy is gonna be so special, because it's a whole different side of me that people are gonna just be like, wow, like he has a lot of range, and I think just keep diversifying your abilities and people can't hold you into anything,
So we talked about Power.
Yeah.
And I got to ask you this, because they said if you don't ask Rotimi this, we're going to yell at you when you get out the studio.
Okay.
Back in the day, your ass came on TMZ Live and played in our face. So why was it? Yeah, I in fact did play.
Run the tape.
Yeah, I did.
Run the tape.
Do you owe 50 Cent $300,000?
So let me explain the whole situation.
Oh, that's not at all.
No. So basically, no, because when you're signed to someone as an artist, they give you a budget.
Right.
They give you a budget to promote the records, make sure everything is good with the records, and market it so it gets the best value for the bang for their buck. 50 believed in me in 2014, gave me a deal under his project, under his G-Man. So at this point, we didn't agree on the single Love Rhythm. I felt like it was the one. He felt like I should have gone with another record. So I asked him, can I get out of my deal? And he said, yes, I'm not going to hold you back, but there's business. So what that is, I paid an upfront sum, and everything else will be through mechanical sales of royalty and everything.
Is he having, not buyer's remorse, I guess seller's remorse? He let you out of your deal, but then the record goes number one. He's like, damn it, if I had kept him, we could have had that together.
Because he still gets the money. He still gets paid off. He still gets paid off his percentage of it. So I don't think that's it. He wants me, again, this is my brother, man. So he wants me to do well. It's just the way he handles situations is unorthodox. And, you know, I think he was just in a bad mood yesterday. I don't know what it was. I was just confused on like, yo, we talked about this. But again, we talked about it today. And instead of waiting for royalties, because it is my brother, instead of waiting for royalties, and I am able to pay, you know, I gave him $100,000 so we can just be cool.
Really? What, you paid him $100,000 today?
Yeah.
Is he happy with that?
He's getting that money anyway.
Is he happy? Is he going to be happy with the $100,000 for now and then get the rest in the royalties?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
It was brilliant.
You already know what we're talking about. You already know what we're talking about.
No, Rotimi
Let the people know.
Rotimi came on
definitely
TMZ.
did that.
Remember, a while ago, Rotimi dropped his first album.
Yeah.
It was number one album in the country. It was fucking lit. Number one R&B album.
Yeah.
50 Cent randomly out of nowhere hopped on Instagram and was like, Rotimi ass owe me $300,000.
Yes.
And everybody like, oh shit, Rotimi owe 50 Cent money. We
got to get him on the show to figure out why. Where's he gonna get? Where's
They had Tawanda panicking. They called him up on TMZ. This nigga get on TMZ live and go, I do in fact owe him $100,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay him the $100,000.
Yeah.
You was making all that shit up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
He's an actor. He's an actor.
It wasn't my idea.
Whose idea was it?
50. It wasn't me.
Control. You know whose idea that was.
Let me tell you how brilliant this man is, bro. So we did that. All right. So basically, my album had come out. Give everybody the backstory. My album had come out, and I had a record on there called Love Rhythm. So Love Rhythm was picking up so much steam, like it was going crazy. 4 days into it, the album is still number one, but Fifth is like, yo. 2 weeks before that, he had let me out of my contract. But the deal was I have $300,000 that he invested in me, which is true.
Right.
He invested $300,000, but I would have to pay him back mechanicals. So when you pay somebody back mechanically, it's from the sales of the music. So from Spotify, YouTube.
You sell the music.
Yeah, so if you sell the music, you make the money back.
Right.
So it wasn't like I owe him $300,000, but technically yes, but nah, I couldn't give him money.
Right.
I had to give him mechanicals. So it could have taken 10 years, it could have taken him a month. But he's so lit as a businessman that he was like, I want my money fast. So what he did was he was like, look, I'm gonna call you, bro, and I'm gonna say you owe me money, but at the same time, I'm gonna mention that your album is lit and is number one 25 times. I'm gonna mention it. He was like, so people are gonna be like, whoa, Ro has a number one album? Like, how the hell he not gonna be able to fund that? He can't afford $300,000 when he number one? That don't make no sense. So everyone started, Rotimi number one? What? What's going on? And they started bumping Love Rhythm. So he ended up getting his money back within 3-4 months because of how brilliant it was. So he was like, this is the brilliance. He was like, look,
brilliant.
Once we do this, TMZ is gonna call you tomorrow.
Lying. You're
and
lying.
Like clockwork, literally.
You are lying.
They're gonna ask for an interview. This is what you say. Mind you, I'm shook the whole time. I'm like,
now I'm shook.
Yeah,
What the hell? You are lying to me. Wait till I call Amanda. Wait till I call Amanda.
Run the clip.
50's popping. What?
yeah, it was
Wow.
brilliant.
He told you what to say. And
he
you
told me
came on there
exactly
and
what
said
to
it,
say.
and I know you got a photographic memory.
Yeah.
You knew it. You
I
knew
knew
what to
exactly.
say. Oh, wow.
I was shook. I was like, bro, I don't know this is gonna work, bro. They're gonna think I'm broke, bro. What do you think? He's like, nah, no, trust me.
Harvey's ass. Wow.
Yeah. So
we're sorry, Harvey.
yeah.
Damn, we got God. We got God. We need to cut this out because I got God, baby. I know how to shift and shake. And I got God. Oh no, that's not good. Now, speaking of 50 Cent though too, recently we actually caught Notori out, and there was some Amari Hardwick had done some interviews, and 50 Cent basically essentially said that he feels like Amari thinks too much of himself.
Right.
And Notori came out and said there would be no power without Ghost.
Right.
What do you think?
See, I learned very early that when your big brothers are fighting, you sit at the dinner table and you watch them fight until it gets serious.
Yeah.
Then you get up and say whatever. Like, again, we're a brotherhood, man. Like, I've known these guys for 10 years of my life. You know what I mean? So there's been a lot of conversations back and forth bigger than that when we were working together, And so in terms of that, like, I genuinely, Imagine the little brother eating his cereal.
He's sitting there eating your food.
And it's like,
Okay.
okay, I'm cool. You know, that ain't my battle. But if it gets serious, then it'll be a call privately.
Right, of course.
To them.
Yeah.
You know, but nah, that's my dogs.
I got one more power question.
Yeah.
Power fan over here.
Yeah.
So Dre is dead. Dre died. Rest in peace, Dre.
Yeah.
But 50 has been, he can do prequels.
Yeah.
If there was ever a scenario where a Dre prequel spinoff would present itself, would you be down to do it, or do you feel like you have completely moved on from the Dre character?
I feel like I've completely moved on. I think that I would be flattered. I think it'd be lit. But if there's a prequel, then I have to get somebody who's way younger than me, I guess, right? So like to do a cameo on something like that, absolutely. That would be cool. But to run a show for Dre at this point, no, I think they've done bigger and better things. I don't think they need to revisit that.
Paseo.
Yeah.
Is there anything, I know you've done a lot in your career. You've been famous for like a long ass time, dude.
Thank you.
Is there anything in your career that you haven't done, but you absolutely would not do?
That would not do.
You wouldn't do. Is there anything that you're like, oh, if they call me for that, I'm not doing it? My agents already know. Have you figured out what that is yet?
A bad script, bro.
Okay.
Like for money.
All right.
Like a horrible script. If they like, yo, it's 10 million and it's bad.
Bad.
It's bad. It's gonna make you look crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's my integrity. And it's been presented, not 10 million, but it's been presented.
Yeah. I asked because Snoop Dogg reportedly turned down like $100 million to do like OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the way I would be dropping it low on OnlyFans right now, if they come with $100 million, like, am I tripping? Everybody,
I'm with him.
Crazy.
I'm with him.
You with him?
Yeah.
You want to do OnlyFans?
I won't do OnlyFans. Nah.
He's a married man. He's a married man. What if your wife?
Even if I was single,
you still wouldn't do it?
Nah. Because the things I'm gonna do on that camera is gonna overshadow anything I do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be just known. You know how you know Dre. I don't want to be known as like Daddy Long Dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's Daddy Long Dick. No, come on, G. Like, I don't want to do that.
No, we're not doing that. We're gonna keep it boom, boom, boom. Keep it down to the arts and not the arts of the sexual kind.
You know, I don't want that to I want to talk about my music. They want to talk about how I was doing this. You know,
things we're not here to talk about.
We're not here.
As a daughter, personally, if I don't ever want to hear my daddy was in a strip club, was on OnlyFans,
and that matters, yo.
Yeah, your
that
kids
matters.
are going to grow up, and like I don't ever want to. I don't even like hearing stories about my dad back in the day. Like, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Tanya, my mom. I don't want to hear nothing.
And everything's so accessible too now.
And it never goes away.
Yeah.
It never goes away. So you got to live with that.
Walking down the hallway, like, I see your daddy long dick. What?
Yeah.
No,
I gotta rethink my OnlyFans.
I'm talented in other things. I don't want that to be the focus.
Gosh. Speaking of kids, Christmas is coming up, holidays around. What you got planned for the holidays?
Honestly, man, wifey needs a break, man. She's been doing such an incredible job with our son and our daughter. So I was literally just texting her today, like, yo, once this is done, I'm taking you somewhere.
Aww.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I've been gone. We've been on the road for a month and a half, basically. So she just needs a break, and she just needs to. She was like, I don't want to feel like a baddie. I said, okay, we can go anywhere you want, you know. So yeah, so just make sure that she's good, more so.
Good.
I got a parenting question.
Yeah.
How are you raising your kids? Are you raising them black or are you raising them African? That's a legitimate question.
What's the difference?
Because like Black Americans is like we just kind of like float through the world. Where I feel like Africans are a little more structured. They're a lot more hands-on. They also influence and encourage things like the arts and the sciences. They don't play a lot of the shit that we are allowed to play around with here in America.
I think to answer as real as possible,
like where's your parenting influence?
There you go.
I mean,
my
I could have asked it
parenting
nicely, but like
my parenting influence comes from who raised me.
Yeah, right.
Like how you were raised.
Yeah, but there's so much dope things about the American culture that I'm gonna add. Like it's too strict. Some African families are way too strict.
I mean,
Some Americans are way too lenient. Some are this. Everybody's different. So I think it's for me is just take the things that make sense to what worked.
Right.
Like my dad, for example, was OD strict. Loved me to death. But I want to be able to make my son and my daughter feel like they could talk to me about anything.
Right.
So it's just everything is about balance. You get what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of African American families that father was a doctor, mom was a dentist, and they are OD strict too. So you can't generalize it like that. I think it's just more so a gumbo of what I think works for me. Like I think the foundation of my children's upbringing is gonna be their love for Jesus.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like, and everything else works around that. You know, so if it's structure, if it's knowing like my daughter needs daddy who's lived and experienced so many different situations in life, you know, like I can give you a perspective from a man who experienced it, you know, and my son is like, yo, I want to play sports. I play like, so anything that is never ever necessary, I've learned from everybody, you know? So yeah.
Melting pot.
It's a melting pot. That's the only way you can do it today, you know, because the things that my parents were doing then cannot work here, you know? Yeah, so, but some things that they works here, so yeah.
Tell us about your support for Kamala Harris.
What? I don't do politics, my brother.
Oh, you don't have
to. You took the Bob Marley side on the music.
Hey, listen, I just want love.
I missed the Bob.
I just want love.
Take a damn stand.
I just want love. Everybody go vote, though.
He said go vote.
Everybody go vote. Everybody go
It is an
vote.
election.
Yeah.
So, we just put out the album. We're gonna take a break.
That was good though.
You slid that in there real quick. You said what?
Okay, this nigga, we doing this.
But for real, I don't know if you have noticed, or I don't know if y'all have peeped, but this last week, these last few 4 days, whatever, leading up to today's election day, all these celebrities are just coming out
of the woodwork,
performing, rallying, going door to door knocking. I'm like, damn, where was y'all 3-4 weeks ago, months ago, and now 2 days?
Yeah, Rotimi would like to keep his MAGA fans, so he's not going to.
Wow.
I'm joking.
He said, I don't do the politics.
I don't do it. No, I just want whoever get in there to do the right thing. Genuinely, genuinely, yo.
I think I'm good.
I have one more question, but I feel like all my questions have just been a little sideways.
No, get it. What's up?
All right. No, this is actually a normal question.
Yeah.
Your new album is coming out, or it's out already.
Yeah.
18 songs on the album.
Yeah.
What is this?
Ask me what you really want to ask me, bro.
No, this is.
Oh, is there a question? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Now,
no, it's good.
That'd be fucking crazy.
You prefaced it like that.
Really my last question.
Okay.
Is it?
If there's a single song on the album that you want people to listen to and take away from, they can't listen to the whole 18. If you're like, I want you to check out this song, what song would that be?
I don't want to give you a curved answer, bro, but genuinely it depends who's standing in front of me.
Okay.
Because if I have a conversation with them, I've created the product to be so potent for so many different things that in speaking to you, I have a song for you.
Yeah.
So the traditional way of like, yeah, this is my single. No. Everything is a single.
Right.
So if you like, yo, what kind of music you like? Oh, I love R&B. Boom.
This is the one.
This is the one that's gonna be the one you need to hear. What you like? Oh, I like reggae vibe. Oh, this is the one you need to hear. Right. So that's how we've constructed this with the 18 songs. So it's never like one song, we pray that it goes. Any one of them can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you gonna follow up to this album? Like you said, this was your first directorial debut. You made videos for every song.
Yeah.
You funded a lot of it on your own.
Yeah.
How are you going to keep going? Because that's a pretty big accomplishment.
I think I figured out that my identity is what we're doing. I think every song going forward is gonna have a music video. I think I think this is the themed album that will make people say, I love Afrobeat Ro, I love R&B Ro, I love his visuals. Then it might go into themes. It might go into, this might be the sex album. Mm-hmm. This might be the album for just wedding songs. This might be, so I think but every song will get a visual, and yeah.
You have a very normal, chill, even your celebrity dumb over the last 10 years or so has been quiet.
Yeah.
You don't get into no mess.
Yeah.
Do you think that is because I talked to Queen Naja about this a while ago and she was like, I feel like that's a good thing and a bad thing. Do you think do you think it's hurt your career or harmed your career at all that you are super private and you kind of stay out of the craziness?
Unproblematic.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't be able to live
I don't think
myself.
so. Yeah, I think you have.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I did things that sacrifice my morals or just for attention.
Right.
That's corny to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Genuinely, there's a brilliance behind it.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not who I am.
Yeah.
You know, so what I did was I took these 2 years to just make the music undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to talk about it.
Right.
I don't need the mess. Like, the mess is cool. It's temporary. You know what I mean? Oh, let's fake that you and your woman broke up and y'all don't post each other.
Yeah, let's fake that you owe 50 Cent $300,000.
I was going to say, yeah, you only faked the funk when it came to TMZ Live.
I did it once.
Had me looking fucking.
It wasn't my idea. I wasn't running my shit then. I'm running my shit now.
So I wouldn't do that to you now.
I wouldn't do that to you now.
Okay, I'll take
You know what I'm saying? I was an employee then.
No, but you know what? It did what it was supposed to do.
It did what it's supposed to do.
It did what it's supposed to do.
Would I do it again? No.
All right.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't like that.
You didn't think.
I want you to say I'm number one for 3 weeks because the music lit.
Yeah, he already played in your face once. Too.
I don't want to do that.
Do it twice.
I don't want
Shit,
scandal.
if it works, shit. He ended up on TMZ Live where we have the millions and millions and millions of followers that saw that segment and probably went on iTunes or Spotify and downloaded the
did
song.
what I had to do.
Boom, you know,
Yeah,
did a little something. But
Nah, not again.
not again. Okay,
Yeah, everything.
lesson learned.
Keep it real. Keep it real is the best way. Keep it real gives you longevity.
I like that.
Yeah.
Rotimi, y'all. Make some noise, people in the room. There's
Love,
3 people in the room.
Thank you so much for coming. That was
Thank
fun.
you. That was
Rotimi,
lit.
when Kamala Harris calls tonight and asks what song she should listen to off of In My Heart, In My Veins, what are you going to say?
I think when this comes out, we already know the president.
Oh, my God, no!
I think we already know the president.
You're going to say, you need to go work on
It'll
some
drop on
policies.
Wednesday. Thanks a lot for joining us, bro.
Thank you so much. Thank you.